Just thinking of Rolling River God, one of my favorite modern day mystics, Mark Nepo, says we all share the same river. We're all in this together. The river, to me, means consciousness, aliveness. It means God. It means all of it, creative potential, creative medium, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it. We're all in the same river. And the river has lots of different stones and experiences. But the one thing we know is, as Heraclitus said, the ancient Greek philosopher, we can't step in the same river twice. Because the river of life is always flowing. It can't be stagnant. The only constant is change. So we have to prepare ourselves for that. We have to prepare ourselves to be in this constantly moving river of life. Now, another thing in that beautiful book of Awakening from Mark Nepo, he said, if you truly hold a stone, imagine this, if you truly hold a stone, you can feel the mountain it came from. That's true for us too. Here we are in this journey of life, this rocky river, all this stuff going on, but if we take the time to settle in and let our soul awaken, because the strongest emotion and urge we have is to feel our connection to Source. Would you agree with me? We can anesthetize it, we can hide it, we can diminish it, we can block it with all our false beliefs, but there's something in us that just moves us. Ernest Holmes calls it the divine urge, moves us towards our connection to the whole. We want to remember who we are. And as you were saying so beautifully, Virginia, there's a purpose in us. There's something we're here to do. There's not a single person here that doesn't have a divinely charged and guided purpose. I want you today, when you leave, to be living your purpose. Why am I here? What am I here to do? We're part of this divine plan of life. We're each one of us perfect. But we have to be aware, number one, that there's this divine plan we're part of. Do you know right this minute we have every single thing we could possibly need? Do you believe me?
Yes.
You can say sometimes, it's okay, because we get foggy. It's all right. We don't have to believe it all the time, but we have everything we need right now because we live in an intelligent universe, a self-organizing universe that knows how to grow a baby. From a little sperm and an egg, it can grow a baby. It can grow a beautiful oak tree from a little acorn. It's a self-organizing universe. Everything is programmed with what it needs to be fully expressed. Breathe on that one. I feel like we're all kind of holding our breath, waiting, going, okay, what's next? What am I supposed to do right now? No, we're here. It's perfect. We're here together. It's just about holding that stone of our life, our unique little expression of life, and remember where we came from. Because the kingdom of God, of love, of possibility is here right now. Our job is to be conscious of it. Because consciousness unfolds in stages. So it's little by little. There's an old saying, I'm not sure where it came from, but it says, God sleeps in the stones, dreams in the plants, stirs in the animals, and awakens in humans. That's our job, to keep awake to what's possible. We chose to be here right now. Yeah, there's turmoil and chaos in the world. Really, there always has been. We've just gotten more crowded, But we are here because we know in us this self-organizing universe is also self-correcting. So we know the part we're here to play right now, to bring love and possibility and connection and joy and gratitude and peace back to the world right now. We know it. It's in us. But we have to do our part. And the first thing we need to recognize is where we have separated from our good. Where we've decided, we're on this journey of self-discovery, as Ernest Holmes said. We're on a journey of self-discovery, waking up to remember who and what we really are. An individualized expression of God, of good. Wow, we'll say that in a minute, but that's what we're here for. That's who we are, but we forget because we think the journey is outside. So we go out into the world like the prodigal son, took all of his inheritance and spent it on lavish things out in the world, a little bit of sense of entitlement, and ended up with nothing. And that's when he remembered, there's good here that I'm not quite getting to yet. We travel far away in this outside world from that divine urge within us, from that spark of divinity and goodness right here. We travel really far, and then we get tired, and then we get lost, and then we get confused, and we can't remember where we're going or why we're here. And we need right now to remember to just breathe. And remember the gift of being alive. Is everybody still breathing? Because if we are, then we're alive. And Ernest Holmes has this affirmation he wants people to say every day because he knew how important it was to feel our part of this grand process, of this amazing universe, He said, say, I am alive. I am awake. Are you really? No, he didn't say that, but I am awake. Just say it again. And I am aware. Those three things, just I am awake, I am alive, I am awake, and I am aware. That keeps us recognizing, wow, so why do humans need to wake up? Because you and I, here's this amazing world we live in. I mean, it's got so much possibility and intelligence. It's already there. But you know what? We have one word we can say. No. I don't want to cooperate. I don't want to be the good that's pushing me forward in my life. I don't want to recognize that everything that's happening to me is for my own good, that's guiding me to be the best version of myself. I don't want to. Do any of you recognize that? A little stubbornness, gosh, I've just worked so hard. I've done so much. I'm tired of all this. We chose to be in this gift of life. This is a gift. It's a gift for us to be here. And if we want to wake up, we're going to have to accept that we have the opportunity every moment to find the good, to say yes to life, to open the door to something new and great, to choose to love ourselves a little bit more. We get really mad at people because sometimes when we're on this journey of self-discovery in the outside world, we let other people decide who we are. Have you been there? They might tell you you're not good enough, or you're not quite this, or you're not quite that, and we listen to them. Those things we should say no to and say yes to who we are. Because the greatest gift we have, and again, Ernest Holmes just talks about this all the time, is our individualized expression. We are an important part of the piece, and we don't want to give up our individuality. So if we've got people telling us what we aren't, we have to start thinking of what we are. I want you to think for a minute, what are you proud of in your life right now? For you, what are you proud of that you as a human being have done? It doesn't matter what it is. It could have be to make someone smile. It could be to accomplish something. It could be to do your spiritual work, whatever it is. I am proud of, and think of the things you're proud of for yourself. And then what you forgive yourself for. What do you forgive yourself for? Because, when we hold that huge bag of lack of forgiveness, do you know people can't love us any more than they love themselves? Do you know that? So if somebody has hurt you because they're not loving you enough, you should be spending time every day loving them. And And I mean it, because they can't give you something, we can't give something we don't have. So think of somebody that's hurt you and send them love, because that's what they're calling for and that's what they need. And think of something you've done that isn't so kind and loving. You know what I mean. We got to love ourselves a little bit more and forgive ourselves, because we do the best we can until we know better, and it's time for us to know better, right? Yes. Yes, it's time for us to know better right now, to love each other more and appreciate people that are here, and spending time to remind us how to be good to ourselves and how to be good to one another. That's so important for us in this beautiful time of life. You know, Hafez, a beautiful 13th century mystic, said, the hardest thing we will ever do in our whole life is separate ourselves from God and separate ourselves from love. How hard are you working? That's the hardest thing we'll ever do. And he says in his beautiful poem, he said, a cushion for your head. He says, just sit here right now. Don't do a thing. Just rest. We have to remember who we are. We have to take time to settle in and remember we're here on purpose. We matter. We make a difference. Hold that stone, that little reflection of yourself, maybe a piece of mirror that reflects you, and just hold it until you remember where we came from. We are made in the image and likeness of, and you can fill in all the good things you want. That's where we came from. Now we want to be individual. This is the hard part for me sometimes. You know, we want to be these individualized expressions of God and do our part and be proud of ourselves and practice forgiveness and take care of ourselves. But there's more. We can't stop there. We cannot stop there. And I want to share this with you. Ernest Holmes says, we are the forerunners of a new race. The forerunners of a new race. And I would say it was people that live from that place of love and caring and goodness and faith and trust. As I said, we live in this evolutionary universe that only knows to move forward. Evolution doesn't move backward, it moves forward. And you know what it takes to move forward? It takes trust in something greater. It takes trust that we're not in this alone. It takes the willingness to take action when we're not quite sure where it's leading us, but we know we feel that urge. It takes forgiveness. It takes healing. Be willing to heal. I believe that our ultimate evolution is when we heal all the false thoughts, the negative feelings we have about ourselves and others, to the point where we're so merged with our oneness with God that we can really be co-creators with Spirit. Anyway, so Ernest Holmes, back to that, says, we are forerunners of a new race. We are the arbiters of the fate of unborn generations. We have a responsibility to the children of the planet right now and their children and children to infuse gratitude and love and caring in this world. We have that responsibility. We are custodians of the chalice of truth, but we're not hung on a cross. We're not there. We're still what? That was a hint. Good answer. We're still alive. We have a song to sing. We have a joy to bring. We have beauty and love and consciousness to share. Our main purpose, if you didn't come up with your purpose yet, let me give you one. We're here to glorify our soul. We're here to ignite ourselves with wonder and beauty and love. What makes you feel alive? Last night, Deanna and Brooke and Jeremy came over, and I was saying, okay, you guys, what makes you feel alive? Let's just talk about all the things that make us feel alive. I start with chocolate. Okay, that was my first thing. But we were talking about dancing and loving and caring and doing good for each. It just even talking about that made life more alive. Do you get it? Yes. You got to talk about it. You got to share what makes you feel alive. Ask questions like that instead of, God, do you see what's on the news today? we got to talk about what makes you feel really, really alive. Okay, so here we are as these beautiful individualized expressions of God. Just say, I am an individualized expression of God. Doesn't that feel good? Yes. But there's more. That's what I told you, there's more. And so, this just really got me, and it was a line in one of Ernest Holmes' books that he wrote later in his life, and he said as he matured, he talked so much about the law of attraction, the law of reciprocity, the law of cause and effect, which are important laws, spiritual laws to live in our life, to learn how to be the best people we can be. But he said, dang it, no, I said that, but dang it, I would have talked more about love. I would have talked more about love, because if everybody knew the power of this all-encompassing God is love, they would have their arms around everyone. If we got it, if we got this power of love and how it can heal and connect. So, if you can close your eyes for a moment with me and just open yourself. And as I said, aliveness begins with the simple process of being aware of your breath. I am alive. I am alive. I am alive. I'm awake. I can see where there's stress or tension I need to just let go of. It'll be there if I want to get it again, but just let it go. And then realize that this heart we have, this divine urge that is within all of us, is not just my heart. I hold the heart of the world. The heart of the world is my heart. And as I choose right now, in this very moment, to accept my purpose, of glorifying who I am, of shining my light a little brighter, of knowing that I can illumine a path for myself and for others. As I choose to open this and expand this and grow this and allow myself to be a fully actualized expression of God, wow, how life changes right here in this moment for me and for all those around me. How blessed I am. Just say this inside your own self. How blessed I am to be alive. How blessed I am to be here. Oh, I know in this moment, one little step at a time, to be grateful for who I am, where I am, who I'm with, what I can do right now can make a great change in this world. I just want you to fill every cell of your being, make every cell of your being alive and awake with spirit, alive and awake with the goodness that's already there, knowing that everything that happens to us in this and every moment is leading to our greatest yet to be, that we make a difference simply by opening ourselves to the good that's ever present right here and right now. How blessed we are. Let's just in this moment just say 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this and so much more. And so it is. And I want to thank all of you for being on this journey together, because without question, I know that you and I are making a difference, and it makes life so worthwhile. I love and appreciate each one of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.